Sports with Jake Duran.
A new film called Linked to Legends, UP teams that played the Packers, takes a deep dive into the humble beginnings of the Green Bay Packers franchise. The film also showcases how the UP had a big part in shaping their foundation. I talked with Dwight Brady, the creator of the film and current professor at Northern Michigan, to learn more. The film Linked to Legends, the UP teams that played the Packers, focuses on the early history of the Green Bay Packers franchise. It also shines the light on the strong connection between the Packers and the Upper Peninsula.
And it's about firsts. I mean, the first team that the Packers ever played was from the UP, and the first road trip was against a team here from the UP, and again, just so many unique links to these legends in Green Bay. So that's the one angle on it. And the other theme that kind of runs through this documentary is just the theme of perseverance. I mean, there were so many times in the Packers team history that franchise could have been vanquished, but they're still here. And what a great history it is and great stories to tell.
The Packers got their start a century ago when they played their first game in the year 1919, 2 years prior to joining the NFL. Instead of going up against the Chicago Bears, Minnesota Vikings, or Detroit Lions, they were playing teams who were a part of a semi-pro UP league.
Menominee was that first team the Packers ever played, and then you move on up to Iron Mountain, and then of course Iron County had the Stambo All-Stars, and then over on the west end you had a very, very good team in the Ironwood Legion team, and Bessemer was a very good team. And then of course you have the Ishpeming and Negaunee All-Stars here in Marquette County.
The UP town teams the Packers played against had rosters filled with blue-collared UP residents.
A lot of them were tied to the mining communities, and you look at Stambo, that was a mining community, Ironwood, Ishpeming and Negaunee, Iron Mountain. So, it was very physical labor that they engaged in, and I think that attracted the type of person that you would probably want to put on a football field. And as for Menominee and Marinette, I mean, football roots there go very, very deep, and it was a mill town, and again, you're still, working in a sawmill was no picnic either.
The UP held their own against the Packers throughout their run.
When the UP teams were able to field a full complement of players, it was very, very close. In fact, Stambo, in their second meeting in the 1920 season, they played the Packers 3-0. Ironwood, for instance, they played the Duluth Kellys, and Ironwood played them 3 times. Each game was a 0-0 tie. So they were very competitive against some of these early NFL teams.
Dwight Brady, the creator of Linked to Legends, said he learned so many fascinating stories while researching for the film, including the story of former Packers coach and Iron Mountain native Gene Razzani.
He changed the colors of the Green Bay Packers to green and gold, and also broke the color barrier with hiring Bob Mann as the first African-American player for the Packers in the modern era. So he had a real significant impact there, and he also hired the scout that went out and found Ray Nitschke and Bart Starr. So I think he definitely had a lasting impact on the Green Bay Packers.
For more information about the film and the showing times, visit our website, upmatters.com.